Welcome to another Discord Friday. So if you did not see my video earlier this week, I put out a part 4 to my cross and tee. So please watch that and let me know what you guys think. Guys, Discord, link in the description below. If you guys want to see your pictures on a future Friday, go over there, upload your work, and I will definitely try to help you build a better pallet and hopefully make as much money as you possibly can. Guys, do all this and let's get to today's video. All right, so the first thing I want to talk about now, guys, it's all right. You know, I got the cross and tee 1, 2, 3, 4. It's all about repetitive teaching. All right. When you hear things repetitively, you finally maybe just click in. So someone asked about the buckets when it comes to the cross and tee. They are bigger cases. Anytime you get bigger cases, the cross and tee does not come into play. All right. But I also want to throw this picture up because I couldn't find any of my work with buckets, but I stack my buckets the same exact way. I believe this was Cole Wolf's work I put on a video a while ago, but this is how, guys, this is how you make incentives. All right. So this is what a system is. If you guys are new to the channel, you don't know what a system is having your cases placed before you even select them. You know exactly where you're going to put them before you even select them. So every time this person and myself come up to this part of the warehouse and have buckets in them, I am stacking them just like this up the front of the pallet, because this is going to be up against the guard of the jack. So we're not going to get any rocking going on, and we can stabilize it with boxes behind it. But if you spread these buckets all over the place, now not only do we have different size buckets, but we're going to play the balancing act, trying to get cases to stay on top of there. And then we're going to have gaps in through there. Same as the totes. All right. Same the way Cole Wolf stacks a tote straight up the front. They're hard to stack on, so don't stack on them. Call them, stack them up the front of your jack. Now, I wouldn't get too much higher than this. I would probably maybe one more bucket on each. If you start getting too many buckets, then you need to start stacking behind these buckets. You don't want to stack them like 3, 4 high. The smaller one's not too bad. I probably wouldn't go 3 high. I would probably stack 2 behind these. So if you get more, then you need to start stacking behind it. But the name of this game is, with the totes and the buckets, is leaving as much wood on your pallet exposed for all of these boxes to sit nice and flat. All right, so when you get buckets, try doing this. All right, guys, let's get back right to that incentive. All right. Now, I don't know if this person made an incentive, but by looking at their pallet, if they wanted to, they probably could. And because when I look at this pallet, I see a system. Even though we got slight rocks, but where are they going? They're rocking in. We're slightly rocking into the middle of this pallet right here. That's what we want to do. And that's how you can move fast throughout the warehouse and not drop your pallet over because we're dipped in. It's when people don't have that system and they don't keep their corners high and they're lower inside, and they keep a low corner, it's when you see people picking up their stuff off the ground trying to make incentive program. This person, even though they moved fast throughout the warehouse, I'm guessing it's done nicely. I mean, we got a case on its side, doesn't look like nothing major. Another one here, but look how we still are tucking. We're still sticking to the basics. High corner, low inside, keeping the small cases in the middle of the pallet, keeping the bigger cases on the outside. I mean, so that's how I know. I don't see a bunch of little cases over here forming a corner. They're still keeping that system going, even if they are throwing through the warehouse at a faster pace. So this is, once again, guys, you got to have a system in order to make those incentive programs. All right, guys, this one right here too. I look at this, I see system. What do I say that? Immediately I see a system whenever I see totes on both sides, or crates rather. When I see the milk crates, one on each side, I automatically think system. Why? Because we probably got these together. And why wouldn't they keep them together, or why wouldn't they just stack them up in a corner? Because they know something. They know that these crates are probably just a little bit higher, or even, or maybe they're a stronger box. So I want them on my corner because they're going to be nice and strong, because it's a crate and it's not going to crush. So maybe that's why. But once again, guys, look in the middle of the pallet. You see the smaller cases in the middle of the pallet, and look at the bigger cases. When we get 2 of something, we'll keep them together. Guys, when you get 2 of the same case, put them together. It's identical to having a big case. So when we put these 2 cases together, it is identical to having a bigger case. And that's what we want, those big cases on the corner, nice and flat surface. We don't have one case hanging off into a gap anywhere. So it's playing out very nicely. We turn the case up on its side to keep level. It looks like something that we could do that to, like maybe butter or something. But guys, here, this weak case right here, we kept the Fairlife on the corner. All right. And I always say, if you have to put these on a corner, put them on a front corner. But I love the way we did this right here, how we got a strong case here, a strong case here, and we squeeze that weak case in between the two fairlives. That way we know that there's not going to be a ton of pressure on that case because we're bridged. We got a slip sheet in here, so we're going to keep that strong corner and a strong inside as well. And we'll just throw that case in there because it's probably serving very little purpose. But when I see something like this, I see a system. I see someone that is throwing really well in the warehouse, and they're going to have no trouble making their times or even beyond. All right, guys, this one right here, I tell you, like whenever you're starting off in the dairy, you can get away with stacking 2. I wouldn't go any more than 2. So if you want to call them stack 2 levels, then just do what they did. All right, put 2 levels on top of it, but make sure that they're tied in. And we did exactly that. So you definitely can get away with column stacking 2 rows of juice in the you know, even maybe 3. If you do 3, when you switch it, stay that way for a couple. That way you get the more weight distribution going towards the opposite end of the pallet. But once again, guys, bigger cases on the outside. We kept our Sunny D's in the middle. You know, we got, yeah, I mean, we topped it off. There's a lot of bigger cases here. We got the slip sheet in there, and that's going to help lock in this base right here. So that's not a bad utilization of a slip sheet. We got a lot of weight, and maybe we got some columns going here, and we want to just separate that a little bit, the columns, by putting that slip sheet in there. But once again, guys, this is someone that has the system, a nice square pallet, just, you know, well executed. And this is what you need to throw those incentives. You need a system. You need to have your pattern. You need to know that when I'm coming up, I'm throwing my lactate right here. I like them in the back of my pallet because there's jacks up there. I'm the same way, guys. These big lactates, I'll throw the smaller cases up front of my jack, and I'll throw these lactates and simplies on the back of my jack because they're bigger cases and I want that strong back. So this person has their system. I guarantee they don't throw these lactates up front, ever. Unless they have a full layer, they are not throwing these lactates on the front of their jack. They're always on the back, and that's telling me they have a system. Guys, once again, what do you see? All right, so, and I'm sure all these pictures I'm showing are not, they do not learn this stuff from my warehouse, or I mean from my channel. So this is the same thing, all right? You get 2 similar cases, you can form that corner, but look at all the middle. Look at the middle, all small cases in the middle. We are not forming a corner out of small cases. We are trying to keep the bigger cases here. Now they have an abundance of small cases. So what do I say? If you have a lot of small cases, whatever the bigger cases are of those cases, of all the smaller cases you're getting, you want to take the bigger cases and try to stick them on the corner. And that's what they did. The smaller ones that they stuck in the middle, I just like it. You know, it's like we got our T's down here, you know, just perfectly executed pallet. Once again, I look at this, I see system 110%. All right, guys, now I want to talk about bags for a little bit because I tell you guys that if you cannot get level coming out of the dog food aisle or any type of bags, you don't know how to build. I'm sorry, I hate to be blunt like that, but you don't know how to build, and you need to start learning how to shift contents around with bags. There should be no reason that you cannot be level with bags. Look at this onion right here, all right? It's nowhere even close to being level with that box right there. And then we put this box on, and I'm sure this guy took the, now these don't move as much, but you could still move those contents around. I say it's like giving CPR. So first you could shake them a little bit and then lay it down, put the thicker side back here because we need this side to be higher. And then I'll just take it and just push down here, and that is going to push the onions to the back of the bag. So you could definitely still move these, or a little harder, but it can be done. So you could definitely move these contents around to be level. I can see, and we always want to face the tops of our bags inwards, especially these guys. So, and he did too. I love it. I just noticed that he didn't either because I see the strap out there. So guys, if you throw these onions, they pop open. So imagine this middle bag right here. You have a full pallet and you're not paying attention. And let's say that we grabbed it by the top of the bag where these straps are, and we loosened it up. Well, now we got onions dropping out of the bag, and it's deflating your corner. It's almost like just deflating your corner or your side of your pallet. So that's going to make you drop your pallet. 1000%, I am a firm believer of keeping the tops of the bags facing inwards so you don't even have to worry about them opening up. You're throwing the bag anyhow. Just throw the top towards the middle so that doesn't happen. All right, guys, dog food bags. I don't agree with this because I just think we call them stacked way too much. Bags are so easy to tie in as well. So there's 3 things with bags. One, they are very, very easy to tie in. They are very easy to be level because you could shake the contents around, and you should always put the tops of the bags facing in. Now with the onions, I put the tops of the bags facing in because of the tops of the, popping open. With dog food, I put the tops of the bags facing in is because the top of the bag is slender. You got your, it's usually, a lot of bags are more slender towards the top. They like taper out to the top. It almost comes to like a point on some of the dog food bags. So I like keeping them in towards the middle as well, because that is our lower side. So on one case, on a bag of dog food, you have a high side and a low side of that case. Well, it's the same concept. We want the low side facing in here and having that here. And you can also move the contents around to level it out as well. This is still a good pallet. I just don't like, there's no need to column stack these when they could tie in as easy. Now, I get that we have a strong base and we column stacked on top of it. I'm not saying that this won't work. I'm just saying for the time that you're throwing these bags, it's going to be the same amount of time to tie it in my opinion. So, but still a good looking pallet. We did tie it in at the top with the big dog food bag, but that's a lot of weight with the salt to be column stacked. All right, guys, and the last picture I want to show is this one right here. Remember, guys, just if you get bags, let me know. But look at this, guys. I mean, yeah, we're level right here, but you know how many people would come out of dog food not level? I mean, and this person builds the same way every time. I'm actually going to be using this picture on a later video, but I saw that it was an opportunity to show some bags. But we're level, and then we stayed level coming out of the bags because we know what we're doing. Look, guys, 1, 2, 3, 4 bags to the 1, 2, 3 bags that we have over here. Just by switching stuff around, thicker bags, smaller bags. We do have, it does, like, see, the meow mix isn't that big of a deal, but here, like, the tops of these fresh steps, so he does have all the fresh steps facing in. See how it tapers off? So that's our weak side. So that's the side that I definitely don't want on this side. I want the nice, big, thick part of the case over here, and I want these weak tops of the bags in here. Not so much on the meow mix. It looks like it's pretty level all the way across. These up here, once they do it, they taper off. The kibbles and bits taper off a little bit towards the top of the bag. You could see it, and he did exactly that. I'm curious. He's at my warehouse, so I'm curious if that's why he does it. I almost want to ask him. And then we kept all of our fancy feasts together. I mean, just a beautifully executed pallet. And guys, got to be level with those bags. If you're struggling with your bags, let me know. Because I tell people, even if you have a gap this big, and I got a bag this big, grab the side of this meow mix and shake it, and you can fold it over and stick it into a gap. So you can fill your gaps in, you can be level. Bags are your best friend, I promise you. All right, guys, that's it for today. Thank you for joining. If you are interested in subscribing to the channel, I appreciate it. Give me that thumbs up if you guys enjoyed the content. Comment and share my videos with your fellow workers in the warehouse. I am creeping up on 6,000 subscribers, and I told my wife how nice would it be to be at 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year, but I can only do that with your help. So I'll see you guys next time. Have a great day.